Is it Wednesday already? Can you believe this? Halfway through the week, it's a NASCAR Race Hub on FS1. We're happy you're here. Danielle Trotta's excited. Look at that bright red dress.
I wore it just for Joey.
Ready to go.
Michelle Pennzoil colors, right? Yeah.
Andy Petrie is calling the signals atop the box today. Is that right, Andy?
Well, it looks like it. Yeah, I guess I'm the, not America's crew chief. I'm the
Joey Logano is the driver. That means he's not going to listen to Andy today. And I'm Adam Alexander. And both you guys did the double over the weekend, right?
Well, a little bit different double. I actually got to go to the Indy. That I got there just in time to see the green flag of the Coke 600.
You must have been tired.
Well, you know what?
I had a whole day off.
Well, I left early, though. I didn't tell you the rest of the story. I watched the end of it on the couch.
But your double a little bit different. I mean, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, a little different.
The real double.
Yeah, well, I had the double week hard time watching that race. And
it was so hard. And
recovering from that and then having to watch another one.
And how heavy the remote control guy.
Oh, I could imagine.
900 miles driven in a weekend by Joey Logano and the $1 million. We'll talk to Joey about the All-Star win and moving forward in a moment, guys. A fun show ahead. Bad news out of RPM for Jeb Burton and our Drew Blickensturfer. Speaking of Xfinity and going to Pocono and the double, this guy will be doing it again. The Xfinity Series racing for the first time ever at the Tricky Triangle. We'll also talk to Joey about that in a moment. But before we flash forward to racing in June, we have to look back because, oh, what a month of May it was for our special guest, Joey Logano. Finished 9th in the Coke 600, 8 spots better when it really mattered. Come on, $1 million on the line. Your all-star winner for the first time ever. What is it like to win $1 million?
Oh, jeez. I wish I got that $1 million. It sounds really good on TV, but it was nice to break through and get that.
Way, but when do you think you're going to get that first win?
This weekend.
Okay.
That's right. I think we got momentum on our side. We got looking forward to big things.
And when you were in victory lane after that big all-star win, Jamie Little pointed it out in your post-race interview. As we zoomed in on that 22 ride, the special paint scheme you had. We're talking more about Penske racing and the special anniversary later, but 50 years, you picked a good year to do it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And that
kind of a big deal. I mean, Daytona 500, Andy Petrie, now the all-star race.
All the big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the championship's just around the corner.
No Coke 600. No one had anything for Martin Truex. You don't see. How often do you see runs like you saw on the 78?
I tell you, don't see it very often.
On the other shooter drop, I'm sure when you're leading that many laps, you got to think something's getting ready to happen.
You would think that, but
it didn't for him, so good for him.
In some ways, Joey's happy to see the month of May behind him, Adam. But for Martin Truex, he's saying, hey, not so much.
Well, let's look at this May by the number.
Thank you. One highlight of May, you
win this weekend? No.
I think he's going to have a good chance.
I got a warning.
You better save that answer.
So, I mean,
save the answer.
You know, I mean, I don't know what to say right now. I'm kind of stuck. I hope he's not watching. I don't think I want to let him win, but he's giving me a ride on his plane. I don't really know what to say.
Butter him up there. And then after that,
And then after that, it's for game time.
Right. I hope you're not going to try and ride home with him if you win. All right,
Speedway. Hard to believe. We're halfway to the chase.
Almost there.
13 down, 13 to go, and we have 8 drivers so far who have been to victory lane. We highlight them for you here, Joey. One handsome face, though, I think is missing from this board.
I agree.
You, Mr. Joey Logano. So the great 8 here, who else may get on the board? As we show you the point standings, who should be worried, right? 16 drivers we know will make the playoffs, 13 more chances to do it. And here sits Joey Logano. How comfortable is that lead, Joey? Plus 65 at this point.
It was a lot more down here and being close. So getting a win would feel really nice, in all honesty. But I feel fairly comfortable. We can still race aggressive. We can still go for the wins like we typically do with the 22 team.
Okay, so here's the cutoff. Like Joey said, a few good or bad days can really move you up or down the board, Joey. So with that said, a lot of moving parts, great drivers like yourself who haven't won a race yet. Who kind of concerns you? Who do you have your eye on?
Well, I think right now everyone has their eye. You know, it's almost a race, pretty much. But he's only a win away from being up here, not even on this sheet. So I think, and then that is obviously going to bump Ryan Newman out. So these guys are really close, obviously. And especially when you think about cars that can win outside of the chase right now, obviously everyone's got their eye on Kyle Larson.
Yeah, and how about Ricky Stenhouse, Trevor Bayne, 2 Roush drivers, 18-19, Greg Biffle. Remember, all 3 of those Roush guys, a part of your Ford family, they qualified inside the top 10 for the Coke 600 at Charlotte, but still looking to break into victory lane for the first time this year. Caitlin Vinci has more now at the house Okay, Caitlin, thank you so much. Roush Fenway, they're making gains. We can definitely see that. I think qualifying at the Coke 600 was really an eye-opener for everybody, Andy. It was nice to see all three of those guys up on the speed charts.
Yeah, it was. It was a good bump for them, but Roush guys, if there's Fords that are going to break in victory lane, I think it's going to be the Penske Fords.
Well, I sure hope so. But, you know, I think you definitely, fast car does it. So, but I think you definitely see them making improvements, which is great to see, you know, as together. So it's nice to see them kind of coming along here.
And you're on the same engine program as they are. So these long straightaways at Pocono,
that's building this stuff. So I look forward to Pocono for that reason. That I think it is a big horsepower track. It's also a big drag track on the cars. There's a lot of, you're on the straightaway a long time.
Same aero and engine and
everything.
What's interesting, though, guys,
triangle.
Ford hasn't been to victory lane at Pocono in quite some time. A little did you know, Brad Keselowski, the last to, I'm sorry, Greg Biffle was the last to do it in a Ford in 2010 because Brad did it in a
Dodge.
In a Dodge. There you go. So Joey Logano, one of the Ford drivers, looking to end that tricky triangle drought. And he's also running the double, Adam, as we said, but a different kind of sweep, maybe, that Dale Jr. had at Pocono recently. Teens throwback paint scheme look like? We have some special guests to help us with the exclusive unveiling.
Yeah, well, Joey's been with us the full hour, but it's not all the time. We get to welcome in a Sprint Cup champion. Bobby Labonte is here, won it in 2000, and we're glad to have you on the hub. And we will tell everyone why Bobby is here after the two of you get up and pull the wraps off of that car. You guys want to do it? You
Let's do it. Yeah, let's go for it. I can't wait anymore. You ready?
Crush it like somebody did.
Can you play it though?
Heck yeah, I can play it.
Really? Right?
Absolutely.
Hey, 20 years later, all the stories get good, right?
So
Bobby,
I'm excited.
What did you think about Darlington last year and the whole throwback scheme, the way the current drivers and teams embraced that weekend?
You know, that was one of the best races of the year. Oh, it was great. I mean, so to see Joey and all the other...
What was it like to be a part of that last year, Joey?
I think one of the neatest things you capture, because apparently this car has won a few times. So I need to make that happen and try to do some neat things like that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, Bobby. You know, he's been checking off crown jewels, Daytona 500, All-Star Race, $1 million. Let Joey in on the secret. What is it like to win at Darlington, one of the most special tracks in our sport?
Well, obviously, it's, I mean, I haven't, let's share back. Yeah, the Southern 500 was a great...
Get a parking spot.
Yeah, an extra special parking spot. But no, winning it was top pressure-packed races of the year, and winning it is amazing.
It seems like it's definitely like that. It's so hard to get...
No Darlington stripes.
You know what? If you do, Joey, it'll be hard to see on the car. Yeah,
Thank you for being here to help unveil this thing. Okay. All right. And the greatest golfers in the world.
Seems like a unanimous decision across the board for our analysts. As strong as Penske's been for 50 years, they will continue to be for the next 50. What's it like to see some of the men in our sport that have been around forever, Joey, say that your organization is just rock solid and will continue to be that way?
Well, it's an honor to drive for someone like that, right? Roger Penske.
Such a nice guy and a cheerleader at the track. You see him shaking hands, and what you guys have is really paying off.
It really does. You know, Brad and I work...
Yeah, what about in 2020?
Yeah.
Do you see more than...
You just never know. I do think, you know, there's a good chance that there'll probably be a third car by then, but you never know. Things can happen, but I sure hope I'm still around over there and I get to drive the race cars and Brad and I are still out there.
Yeah. You'd have to go through another contract, right?
Yeah, so I better keep winning.
I don't think everything to worry about.
But you want to be...
He wants to win.
You want to be there in 2020, right?
Of course. I want to be in a winning race car, and we know Team Penske will always have those.
Yeah, so a lot to look forward to in the future with our 2020 Vision piece. Next Wednesday will be our second installment, and in just 2 days, some of the work has been made this year to improve the quality of racing on mile-and-a-half tracks. They want lead changes, quality passes for the lead, lots of side-by-side racing. That's the goal. So after the Coke 600, NASCAR executive Steve O'Donnell was asked if there's cause for concern. Here's his thoughts on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio.
So if you're at the table, raise your hands if you'd like to see the package that we ran at the All-Star race. I know one guy that's for it. Yes. You're not going to win $1 million every week, okay? But that was a little bit of an experiment, and we know that NASCAR's always looking to improve things. So you're in the garage, you know what's going on. Where are we right now?
I think you know, all the drivers talk to each other. There's a lot of
one thing I think is that skew is probably a bigger deal than what we see. All the reasons why they should take that out.
Because it is a relationship, the teams, NASCAR, and Goodyear. Mark Martin on our show yesterday, and he felt like that was a big part of the equation, Joey. Where do you think you are in relation to the package conforming with the tire and vice versa?
You know, I've been able to go to a few tires out. You know, we're asking for more grip. So we're constantly asking for something different.
You can't put it all on the tire either, because wasn't that the same tire on the All-Star weekend that we had in the 600?
It sure was.
A lot different races.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously a lot of it goes back to the tire, but there was fall off. There was probably the most fall off at Charlotte we've seen in a while.
You were doing double duty. We said it earlier. Let's look at those Xfinity. Like 8,000 calories on that, I think. Huh?
It's one of the many reasons why we love going to Sonoma every year.
Have you ever had the crab cake corn dog?
No, but it doesn't sound bad.
No, it doesn't at all.
Crab cake and a corn dog.
At the same time?
Well, no.
You know what? We've had some nasty crashes over the years at Pocono.
Yeah, and I've been in that pit stall, that first pit stall, watching you get
well, whatever. But we'll see green flag pit stops this weekend, and that could be a little bit of a game changer.
It's definitely going to come into play. What if there was pit stops about to happen there up on the wall?
Yeah, it works out.
That could have been really bad.
But it could have gone bad.
Yeah.
And more safer barrier. Can't go wrong with that either. So we've seen some big crashes there. So
and salute Brandon Igdalski and everybody at Pocono Raceway. They've done an outstanding job of improving Pocono, especially in the name of safety.
We are so excited for Saturday. The first time ever the Xfinity Series goes to Pocono. And we wish you the best of luck, Joe. I know you want to win it bad.
Good luck on the race double.
Yeah, beat that Kyle Busch. He's winning everything in the Xfinity Series this year.
He's smiling like he knows something we don't. Maybe he's going to win on.
We're confident.